AliExpress dropshipping or US based shipping. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, which one you should go with and why. So if you're into e-commerce right now, you're either doing one of a few things. You're either dropshipping from China, typically AliExpress, or you're shipping from your house, a warehouse, wherever, but there's a problem with dropshipping when it comes to a few things regarding shipping times, and there's a lot that goes into it and a lot of potential problems that come up. Like, for example, I ordered this September 25th. It is now October 18th and I received it today about 2 hours ago in the mail. That's a long time to be waiting for something, and I basically drop shipped this to myself to see how long it would take, and it took that long. That is not good, especially since it's Q4 and people are starting to shop for Christmas. Now, this can be really bad news for those of you drop shipping and wanting to make money right before Christmas time, because it's gonna take 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks, depending on your supplier, for that item to actually reach your customer. Now, if they're shopping for Christmas and they get their stuff a week after Christmas, you can expect a lot of complaints, a lot of chargebacks, and you can expect your brand to take quite a beating from that. So that's one thing to think about when it comes to drop shipping, is the shipping times. And not just that, but if you're drop shipping electronics, or I would say specific types of items where the quality is very important, it's very important that it works well, that it's not defective, that it doesn't have issues here and there. Those are extremely important things to think about when you're doing e-commerce, because if you're drop shipping an electronic or some type of item and it gets to your customer defective and they're not happy with it and they want to return it, or they charge back, that's a big problem. That's costing you a lot of money. That's just something you can't really control as well with dropshipping. You can't control the shipping times, you can't control the quality, you can't really control returns as well. And it creates a massive problem because with your payment processor, for example, Shopify, they like to put a 20% reserve on people that they find drop shipping once you're getting sales volume ramping up. That's going to hurt you quite a lot financially. So if you're trying to build a business and you have a 20% reserve, you're not able to get that money until 90 days from then. That's insane. And then let's say you try to go to another merchant services, like let's say Elevon, Bank of America, whatever, and you tell them that you're drop shipping. They're like, oh, interesting. Underwriting decline your application, or we're putting a reserve on your account. And also, a lot of the times they check your credit. You're gonna need to have good credit to get approved with a new merchant service account with another bank, if you know Shopify puts that hold on your account, or you'll have to create an entirely new Shopify store in general until they find that one and then shut that one down. It's just insane. There's a lot of things to think about. That's why I tend to lean more towards US-based shipping, and I've started to like drop shipping a lot less. That's exactly why I don't really like drop shipping in a lot of ways, is because you have all of these variables that you can't control, and it can be a massive headache for you and your business, customer support, returns, and it can be very troubling. But if you're running an extremely massive drop shipping business, you're making a lot of profits, then you have that margin for error. You're able to put money towards actually controlling that, having great customer service, and just doing things to make sure that it doesn't become too big of an issue. Also, another thing to keep in mind, if you're drop shipping and your item takes a very long time to reach the customer, make sure that they're aware of that. Otherwise, they might open a chargeback, dispute the transaction over PayPal, call their bank, and it's not a good thing to deal with, because there's a certain point where your payment gateway can shut you down any moment, especially on Shopify. They reserve the right through Stripe, their payment merchant services provider, to shut off your account at any time if your chargeback rate goes above 1%. So if you have 100 orders coming through and 1% chargebacks, they have every right to shut down your payment gateway, and then from that point you're losing a bunch of money from not being able to accept those credit cards, debit cards, PayPal, whatever. They reserve the right to do that, and it can be extremely scary when your account gets shut down or your payments are put on hold. and it's just not something that you want to deal with. So make sure you're actively taking steps to avoid that from happening to you. It happened to me at one point. I had my payment gateway shut down and I ended up losing about at least $10,000. The number was probably more like, I'd say 15,000, but yeah, it was not good. So you definitely don't want to go through that. I learned the hard way. Luckily now I know how to avoid that. Now I know which banks to go with, which merchant services work the best, exactly how underwriting works with the banks, and just how they operate in general, especially with e-commerce dropshipping, what they avoid, the amount of risk that each bank is willing to take. So definitely keep that in mind if you're dropshipping. Now, US-based shipping, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so fun because I have a fulfillment team. They quality check everything. They handle replacements, returns, and shipping times are fast. We can get an item shipped out today, and today's Thursday, and if we were to ship an item out today to, let's say, Utah, it'd take about 3 days. So it'd probably reach them between Saturday and Monday. Now that's a lot better than 3 weeks. Now customers absolutely love that. When they get your stuff fast, they trust your brand more and they're more likely to buy from you again, which increases your lifetime customer value. That's why I love it so much, because if someone receives their item quick and I have a discount code in there and their item is not defective and it works very well, then more than likely they're going to use that discount code and buy from us again. That's why I love it so much, because it increases the lifetime customer value. Thus you're able to build a brand and you're able to make so much more money, and it's so much worth the time and effort. So you're able to build a very big business very fast if you're doing that. Now, I don't really recommend it for beginners because it takes inventory, it takes a lot of time, it takes a very big learning curve because you have, shipping, supplies, you might need a thermal printer for labels, you might need just a lot of different supplies to be able to fulfill your item. It's a lot like Amazon. You guys should know that Amazon is your absolute biggest competitor, and we're able to compete with them because we're providing value in unique ways that Amazon can't. We do quality testing and control, and we can ship out in about the exact same time frame as them domestically. Now, that's awesome. That's literally how you go from 0 to 6 figures per month building a brand like that. So that's exactly why I've been focusing on US based shipping, and I would say it's more for the intermediate level to advanced. You're gonna want to have an income that's at least maybe 5 figures. I mean, you want to have money to invest in inventory. Now you can scale up to that. This particular business started with a personal investment of $100, and then I borrowed the rest for a $300 shout out. Then we were able to quickly grow from there to a 6-figure per month company. So it really depends on exactly what your goals are, your ambitions, how much time, energy, and effort that you're wanting to put into it. But if you're just beginning, I would highly recommend drop shipping, but you're going to have to think about a lot and make sure that you're actively taking steps to protect yourself, your business, and making sure you're doing everything the right way as it should be. Another thing that I don't quite like about dropshipping is that you don't really have the ability to differentiate yourself that much. For example, if you want to do a custom product or do things differently, make a cool design, whatever, you don't really have that ability with dropshipping. For example, my dad's friend, he owns a multi-million-dollar company that does customized products. And with that, he's able to provide tremendous value to his customers. He has a pretty big warehouse. He has a team that does all of these custom orders, fulfillment. He imports stuff from China, just does it there in the warehouse, ships it out, and he makes a lot of money doing that. He makes an amazing living. I know for a fact, just from, exactly his business model, that it's a multi-million-dollar company, and I see how he lives, and he's doing great. It's awesome what he's been able to build, but he's doing something that most people aren't willing to do, and that is provide tremendous value and just taking a big risk, importing a massive amount of monetary value worth of product from China, customizing them, or doing whatever, adding value in some type of way, shipping fast, customization, whatever it takes to add a tremendous amount of value. that's what he did. And with that, he's been able to differentiate himself and create a unique business model that is highly valuable because less people are doing it, so he's able to take a decent share in the market. And even if you get just a little bit of the market, you're still able to make an absolute killing with it most of the time. That's just one example of creating value for your customers and then being able to go out there and take a decent share of the market and profiting quite a lot from doing that. So guys, that's just a few things to keep in mind when it comes to drop shipping versus in-house fulfillment in the United States, or having a third-party warehouse fulfill for you. Hopefully you guys found value in this and are able to go out there and not make the same mistakes that I did or what others did, and learn from them instead of having to learn the hard way. So guys, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video. There's a lot more videos coming soon that I'm very excited about, starting to plan it all out. Got a lot of value coming for you guys. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow.